travel hacks. They're all over the internet. They're inspiring, innovative, creative, and some of them are just downright stupid. Now, if you've been on this channel for a while, you may remember I did quite a funny joke video, not everyone took it as a joke, of the dumbest travel hacks on Pinterest. I was like, I need to put my money where my mouth is, and instead, I will give you 10 travel hacks that travelers actually use. Let us begin. If you plan on staying in hostels on your trip, then it will be a good idea to check in very close to the check-in time, which is normally 2 p.m. That way you can almost guarantee a better bunk bed when you walk in the room and put your bag down. Unless it's one of those hostels that selects your bed for you, and they're just annoying. Number 2, if you're staying in a hotel, something I've learned recently from talking to people and reading comments, more often than not, if you ask them for an upgrade, chances are, if they're not busy, they'll give you one, and there's no harm in asking. Number 3, if you need to get a taxi or a tuk-tuk or any sort of transportation, never get it directly outside a popular tourist attraction. For example, you're at a temple or a museum, all you have to do is say no thank you to the mass crowds of taxi drivers who are trying to pick you up on your way out, walk 100 meters down the road, turn a corner, hail one down there. I guarantee it will slash the price. Number 4, if you don't have any sort of app such as TripIt, which I would advise, TripIt is amazing. If you don't have that, just take a quick screenshot of any confirmations or addresses for accommodation so they're always available offline. A little bit of a 4.5 for you. Make sure that the address of your hotel or hostel or Airbnb is also in the local language. For example, in Thailand, a lot of people here cannot read Latin, therefore they need it in Thai or you are screwed. Number 5, if you know that your hand luggage is over the fabulous 7-kilogram weight limit for carry-on, and you know it's really heavy and there's a chance you could be stopped and it could be weighed, just throw it on one shoulder, deal with the pain, because no one's going to think it's overweight if you only have it on one shoulder. Try not to cry from the pain of doing it, that might give it away. Number 6, always search for your flights in an incognito tab. I have mentioned this before. You could save a lot of money because if you start looking at flights, that's going to be tracked in the cookies and your search history, and websites will up the price if they know you're looking for a specific flight. Number 7, if you know you've got a really early flight and all public transport to the airport will not get you there on time, then simply take the last bus or train to the airport at, say, midnight, sleep a couple of hours in the airport, have a bit of food, read your book, and then jump on your flight. It will save you a ton in taxi fare. Number 8. This is brilliant. I love number 8. How many times do you travel around and you find a cafe or you find an attraction or you find something, and then 3 or 4 days later, you're like, I have no idea what it's called, I have no idea how we got there, cannot remember for the life of me. Jump on to Google Maps and simply star your favorite locations. All you have to do is tap on the location, click save, and there's a nice little gold star which will be there, and it kind of looks nice after you've been around the world and you collect stars all over the place. Also really good when you're trying to recommend a restaurant to a friend, but the only instructions you can give them really are,
while it was by this temple, there was a tree. I'm pretty sure there was a line of tuk-tuks as well outside. They had tables and chairs. Good luck!
Here's an 8.5 for you. If you know you're not going to get a SIM card and you won't have data and you still want to find your way around, then all you have to do on Google Maps is download offline maps. All you have to do is select the area in the city, for example, Kuala Lumpur, and then you basically just download a wash, have Wi-Fi, go out, and it will work. Number 9 is one that Scott taught me. Minibars are tempting, very tempting. They're convenient and horrifically overpriced. If you decide to grab a Coke or 2 or maybe a bottle of beer or some nuts or whatever it is, so long as it's quite a generic item like Coke, all you have to do is before you check out, run to 7-Eleven, run to a convenience store, pick up the items for literally a fraction of the price and pop them back in the fridge. Ta-da! And number 10 is on picking a backpack. Now, if you're going backpacking, then chances are you're going to pick up a top-loading backpack, which is where you kind of open it up at the top and you're putting things in. This can get old real quick. If you're planning on going for quite a few months or a year or more, just remember, and it is a bugbear for every single traveler who will agree with me, having to effing unpack and pack everything constantly because you have this small hole and you have to pull everything out to get to anything in the middle. If you still want a traditional backpack, a lot now do come with like zips down the side as well as an entrance at the top and bottom for you to access the bag, or maybe you could go with something like an Osprey or a North Face bag where it's a bit more kind of open at the front instead of at the top. Trust me, you will thank me for that one. All right, those were 10 travel hacks that are real, that travelers actually use, that may actually help you. I was just having a bit of fun at the start because there are some bloody ridiculous hacks out there that no one bloody uses. So I hope this helps. What are your travel hacks that you've discovered on the road? Let us know down below. If you like the video, then make sure you punch that in the face and then subscribe, because why not? You've already got halfway through. You're already down there with the thumbs up. You might as well just go over a little bit. It's just a button. It's free. It's for you. It's a gift. I will see you in a couple of days. All right. Bye-bye.